What's going on, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. Hope you had a really good week. Friday evening here, and it reminds me, I wanted to talk about a pattern that happens, and it really happens around the Bitcoin bull market. So I wanted to discuss that in this video and then show you guys how we play it, and then hopefully you guys can take advantage of that in the coming weeks and months ahead. All right, so let's dive into this video.
Trade Genius.
So guys, some of the indicators we're going to talk about in this video you can get on these specials. So I encourage you guys to check it out. We are marking things down to our sale price on these bundles. Gets you into the room with us. You can also get indicators with the promo code, and that gets you 40% off individual items as well. So check that out. So what I wanted to discuss was when we get into a bullish environment with Bitcoin, a lot of times what will happen is on Fridays after the stock markets close, the markets typically close at 4 p.m. There's some post cash close things that happen in the futures that will happen up until 5 p.m. Eastern on the futures. And then the markets are effectively closed at that point and settled. But if you look around 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Fridays, you'll notice that a lot of times we'll start to get a move up. This is a 30-minute or a 15-minute chart here with Bitcoin, using our fulcrum indicator to tell us when price is confirming a higher move, and we're currently in a green fulcrum state here. But you can see at 5:30, we got to move up from there, and we went from a close of 539 all the way up to 696, almost 15,700, and a little bit of a pullback here. But what I often see is that you will see a gradual climb, and a lot of times it'll run into like midnight, 1 a.m. Eastern. So that's a pattern that you want to keep an eye on for either a quick swing trade, or if you're looking to pinpoint things before an up move, getting into a level like this is ideal. So one thing that you can do is drill down. I'll show you what we do on smaller time frames that gets you positioned for a move like that. All right, so on the 5-minute, this is what I look for. Now I use, fulcrum's going to be a little noisier on smaller time frames, just bear that in mind. But what I look for is when I start getting my buy signals and my counter signals, and I look at price, I have this 144 moving average here. And this is what I'm looking for, is when I start to get these signs of like, hey, we're probably ending this cyclical move down. That's where I look for a break higher like this. And then when I start to see this move up, and I'm looking at all of these hints that, hey, there's a move coming, and I know that we're getting into that time period, that's where I'm going to look for either getting long and either going to take a trend line break. You can draw a trend line break, or just start scaling in as I start getting these signals. Another thing you'll notice too is I have these lines here. I did not draw these lines. This is also some new software that we have coming for our customers that draws areas of support and resistance based on price action or supply zones. And you'll notice that on this 5-minute chart, we came right down to that zone and bought. So that's another thing too you can do, is if you see the signals coming in that, hey, this pullback is probably coming to an end and the cycle is revving up, you can work some orders maybe all the way down to this level and get long, and then boom, we're out of here. So that's how we will play this. This particular setup we also use on like the NQ futures. Works really well, catches nice moves up, especially if you want to pinpoint a move on a pullback. It does a really good job of that. We're on a 5-minute, but this indicator here, this one that draws, you can run this on any time frame. I could drill down to a 3-minute, and you'll see that it draws different zones for us. You can even go to a 30-minute chart and zoom out, and you'll see, like, look at these zones, right? If we come up, if a zone paints, okay, here, you basically look at that as resistance. Unless you get above it, then it becomes support. And especially if you get away from that zone, that often will be a target for any up move. So you notice this price comes up to this level and stalls right there. So it's really important to understand where these levels are at. And then you'll notice price gets back above it, comes back to it, that acts as support initially. So they provide nice little quick trades. And then sometimes what happens too is, like in the case here, if you're pulling back or if you're short, you can target this zone. You see how we wicked right down to that zone and bounced? These levels are really powerful like that. So it's really nice to have those levels auto drawn for you on the chart. And then you know that they're there waiting. So we will be adding a few more things to this to highlight some other zones as well. But for now, the way it runs now is it's really accurate at finding levels that are very reactive, and that's what you want. Again, you can use this on any time frame. You know, here's a 1 minute, and all you do is you zoom out until a level is found, like here. You'll notice that so we have a zone here. These zones here, you'll notice price couldn't get above it, fails. Price comes back up, gets into this zone initially, pushes back. Then it breaks through. Now what? This zone becomes support. Also, when this broke through, if you were long, you'd be targeting this level. See, so you then, and notice how price stalls out there. So now that price has come back up in this zone, you see this area, this 560 zone. This is going to be key for price now here Friday evening to get through this. Now, if you see price breaking through this and then getting above it, then a pullback to it, would probably be a good probability play for a bounce higher. So again, this is a 1 minute chart, so this is going to be a more micro look, but still any time frame will show a reaction to these levels. So again, this auto draws them, and you don't have to worry about it trying to figure out, you know, where support and resistance or things like that. It'll find it for you. So just bear that in mind. Again, the higher the time frame, there'll be less of these, but they'll be very powerful, as you can see here on the 5 minute. So that's just some of the stuff tools that we're working on and getting out to our customers. Anyway, I just wanted to share this pattern with you guys and show you how you can play that, the tools that we use to let you know, hey, a move is coming, and you get into that. And then once you're in the move, you can manage it and look for your higher targets and things like that. All right, guys, so that's just a quick video just to show you guys that setup and how we play it. And I hope it helps. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.
Trade Genius.